Welcome to Soft Wash Evolution, brought to you by Northway Power Washing. And in this video, I'm going to show you all the chemicals you need to make money in your pressure washing and soft washing business. We're going to start over here with a few of the more basic ones, move on over to something a little more advanced. We're going to start off with house wash and roof wash surfactant. That's what's in this 5-gallon jug here. I get this one from Midwest Washing Equipment. Surfactant's used not only as a marker so you can see what you're spraying because it is dyed. You can get it in any color. It also has a scent to it. It masks the bleach scent. Your customers will like it a little more. It thickens up your mix. It causes your SH to stick to whatever surface you're spraying on. If you're doing a roof, you're going to want it real thick. It keeps it from running. When you're doing a house wash on something typical like vinyl siding, you're not going to want it on there super thick. You don't want it foam like if you've seen the car washes and truck washing videos where they foam the whole thing. You'll end up taking forever to rinse that off. You want a little bit of foam so that your SH can stick and have some dwell time, but you also want it easy to rinse off. Directions are always on these. There's a bunch of different manufacturers that make them. I'd say try out a few and test them, see what you like. Southeast Soft Wash makes a bunch. I have a lot of chemicals here from them. This one's from Midwest Washing Equipment. It's what I usually get. You can get it in 1-gallon jugs. You can get it in 5s. The directions are on it. Mix it, test it out, see what you like. We're going to move on to Dynamite Degreaser. This is a Southeast Soft Wash product. This is DOT controlled. So when you order things like this, when they have this number and this label on them, it means they're corrosive or they're acidic somehow. So the DOT might have an issue with those. Check your local laws and regulations about this. A lot of times it'll have to be in the container that it came in because it has that label on there. But this one, again, always read the directions on these. If you're doing a lot of restaurant cleaning like the drive-through area or the dumpster pads, natural fats and oils that get into concrete, this is awesome at getting out grease. It works on synthetic oil also, which would be like motor oil and grease from cars and trucks on driveways. Again, read the label, do what it says. A lot of times it does need a couple applications. That's written right on there. Some people spray it on once and they think it's going to be magic and work right away. A couple times, a couple different applications, and it will work great. But again, all these things roughly from Southeast Soft Wash, I know these jugs are about $40 each. They multiply quickly. You can make hundreds of dollars off of one of these. Moving on to the next two. This is probably my favorite one that makes me the most money. Again, this one's DOT controlled also. You can see that label on there. Rust Remedy. So this is an acidic rust remover. It works on all kinds of surfaces from concrete. It works on vinyl siding. It works on all types of house siding. I haven't seen it not work yet. Again, you use this one at full strength. What you're going to want to do though with these, something like this, is get some spray bottles. These are Zepp spray bottles. These are like 48 ounces. They're pretty big. You can get smaller ones, pick them up at the hardware store. Even though I transport it in the jug it came in with the label, when I'm about to use it, I mix up a spray bottle. I usually use smaller ones than this. I get like a 16 ouncer. So the directions are on there. You're going to want to wet any surface underneath this. So if you've got hard water rust stains on some vinyl siding, you're going to want to wet the grass underneath it because this will kill the grass. You're going to want to wear some PPE. Gloves are definite. If you're going to be in close proximity, wear a mask, also a respirator. It will burn your nostrils the first time you use it. It dissolves metal into liquid so it can be rinsed away. I've got videos up about this. This stuff is great. It's about $40 to $45 a gallon. I can turn this gallon probably into $1,000 easy. Moving on, Gutter Guard. This is probably the other one's my favorite. This is Southeast Soft Wash also. There's a lot of different versions of this from other manufacturers. I think they all work pretty much the same. There's directions on here also. You do dilute this one. I think it says the heaviest or the strongest to dilute it would be like 1 part of this to 5 parts water. I usually use it about 1 part of this to 10 parts water. Also a good rule of thumb is when you're doing gutter brightening, which is what this is for, wash the house first. Do a traditional house wash, get the heavy organic stuff off the gutters. Those black streaking that you see on the faces of the gutters called tiger striping. Regular SH bleach mix will not take that off. This will. I like to apply this again in a spray bottle, a separate one. Never mix any chemicals. You have no idea what's going to happen. They have reactions. I mix this with water, usually 10 to 1 or so, in a spray bottle. I apply the spray to my brush. I have a long handled brush. I've got a couple of them. And I wipe that gutter like that. I rinse as I go. I wash the house first, like I said, so the gutters were already wet. Apply it, rinse it right off immediately. There's really no dwell time with it. It works almost instantly. Again, you can turn this $40 jug into $800. It's really well worth it. Test it out. You don't want to use it at full strength. It will take the paint right off a gutter if you're not careful. A couple more advanced ones over here. Oxnox. This is a brushless oxidation remover. There's a lot of information about this all over YouTube if you start clicking around. It's a brushless oxidation remover. A lot of people say it doesn't work. I've had mixed results with it, to be honest. On painted surfaces, so you got painted cement board, hardy board, other types of siding like that, or the standing seam metal roofs that are painted, it works great. On vinyl siding, it's been hit or miss. You don't want to let it dry on there, I know that. You've got to keep applying it. There's different ratios on the label. With vinyl siding, it seems like how long that oxidation's been on that siding, the temperature, all those things come into play. So it's been a little bit hit or miss. I don't use it very often. I just have it just in case. So that's a little more advanced. A couple other things here. Wood Wizard. This is from Southeast Soft Wash also. This is a sodium metasilicate. So this is a wood brightener and restorer. It's great for fences and decks, things like that. I don't use it that often, honestly, just because it seems like all the fences and decks I run into are rotted. They'll have, if you tell them you can do some fence restoration for them with the product, you're gonna get there and there's gonna be a deck that's like a sponge and it's green and falling apart. This isn't gonna save it. Same thing with a fence. If it's falling right apart and green, this isn't gonna do it. But if you've got a nice fence that's in good shape, it's just starting to gray, if it hasn't been stained in a while, this will bring that bright color right back. Read the directions again, apply it, usually with a pump sprayer, or you can put it right through your soft wash pump if you have a lot to do, and you rinse it with a pressure washer. The instructions are on it. Again, test it out. Not everybody has the same results. Another thing I always carry, simple white vinegar. You can grab this on Amazon or at any hardware store, and I carry steel wool. I know it's not a chemical, but it goes with the vinegar. If you've ever had hard water staining on glass, especially someone's windows, we've got a lot of hacks around here, it seems like, who do house washing where they bring a 5-gallon jug of 12% SH and pump that all over the house. It will leave water spot, very hard water staining, because that's a mineral deposit on glass. It won't come off. If you get steel wool that is 4 zeros, so that's the grit on steel wool, it's kind of like sandpaper, 0000 is the lightest kind, and some white vinegar will take that hard water staining off. I don't do it very often, but it works great. Just having some white vinegar around. Vinegar is very acidic. The bleach SH is corrosive, so it's the opposite way. It's caustic to basic to an acid. The acid cleans up bleach very well. And I usually carry some truck wash soap. Again, this is kind of if you're into fleet washing. This one has a very high pH. It's a basic. So this I carry. I have a couple of accounts of fleet washing. It's great because it's a degreaser and it's also an APC, so it cleans touchless. You can get up there and scrub after you've applied this to a truck or to a piece of heavy equipment, whatever you're washing. But it does about an 80% clean job without scrubbing, so it saves a ton of time. I usually put this through a foam cannon. If you've seen the truck and car wash videos all over online, this stuff works great. It's good to have if you get into something like that. It's a good day filler if you're not full of house washing, residential and commercial all the time. Try reaching out, trucking companies, things like that, heavy equipment. Construction companies, they always need equipment washed and they don't have a full-time wash rig. You can go to them. It's a pretty good thing to have there. But these are the chemical lineup. I do have a lot more. There's other ones that you can get. You can spend a lot of money. Stick to the basics. Like I said, every one of these gallon jugs from Southeast Soft Wash, roughly $40 each. The house wash, roof wash surfactant, again from them, I think is about $40. This one from Midwest Washing Equipment, when you buy a 5-gallon jug, you're obviously going to pay more, but you get a lot more, and it is highly concentrated. Like I said, with any of these things, test them out, use them, follow their instructions, and that's it. We've got more content coming out. I'm going to test each one of these. I got videos already ready for you. You can see how they work and make your own decisions on which one you want to buy. That's it. Please leave us a comment if there's a video you want to see, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.